Hey everyone, today I want to talk about the difference between you and the people out there who take action. The difference between you who wants to be a writer and the people who are on their way to being writers. The difference between the people who dream and the people who make it happen. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe for tips and tricks and things like this that you're about to hear today, so that you can get some lovely little motivational tips on how to move your writing forward, because you want to be a writer. You want to be that published author. And these days, you know, I'm not going to say it's not that hard. It is hard, it's still work, but you have more chances now of being a published author than you ever could have been before. And the best thing about it is you don't have to be dead to be famous. So, you know, think about that. I mean, especially if you're white. You know, do you know there's such a thing as the dead white man syndrome? And this syndrome was that back in the day, there were a lot of people who used to write books and they only became famous when they were dead. And it was almost like it was a trend. You gotta be a dead white man and then you become famous. A dead white man writer. Now, I mean, this was good for people who weren't white and who weren't men, because they could be alive and their books could be recognized. But I think after a while things started to change. So lots of writers, you know, they write and they put stuff in their drawer, under their mattress, under the bed, on the shelf. You know, they've got poetry lying around somewhere and they forget about it because real life takes over, and let's face it, you've got to pay the bills. So what's the difference between you and someone who was paying the bills as well, but got to get themselves published? What is that difference? What does it take? Well, don't kid yourself. There are loads of people out there who are talented. Okay, talented dancers, talented singers, talented writers, talented artists, talented painters. There are people who are born with talent, you know, and there's loads of them. But what is the difference between them and the people who make it happen? It's not just about being talented. It's not just about having that little bit of gift. The first thing and the first difference is hunger. Okay? How hungry are you? Because I can tell you now, there are many people out there that are not as talented. They don't have raw talent, but they're hungry. They're so hungry, they're not stopping. They're not stopping for anybody. They place themselves in strategic positions. They make it happen because they know that they're actually not that talented. So they're a little bit more hungrier than the person who has the talent, takes it for granted, and they end up becoming successful at what they're doing. The other thing that will separate you from somebody who's hungry is the craft. It doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter whether you're Whitney Houston or you're not. You know, you gotta learn the craft. Talent, you can have the talent, but it needs to be crafted. You need to gain skills. You need to learn techniques. And it's only when you do that, incorporated with your talent, that you can actually move forward. In fact, once you're doing that, and while you're doing that, you're running forward, if you like. So no matter what, if you have that 5% bonus of the talent of writing, and then you learn the craft, then it's whoop-de-doo. It should be whoop-de-doo at the end. Because imagine if somebody doesn't have that talent, but they really want to be a writer, but they don't have this little 5% thing that you have, but they're willing. They're willing to learn the craft, learn the techniques, buy the books, scour the internet, absorb everything that they need and that they can in order to learn the craft. That will separate them from the crowd. Another factor is a very old one, and it's so old everybody knows it. It's all about who you know and who knows you. So if you don't know anybody, are you buggered? No, you're not. You just need to get up off that couch, switch the TV off, and go out there and get yourself involved in the things that you love to do. So if you love photography, then go to the galleries, because people who go to the galleries aren't just going to be people who like to look at photos. photographers are going to be there. Amateur ones, professional ones, they're going to be in the galleries. You know, if you like to paint, it's the same thing. Or go to workshops, you will meet painters. The more painters you meet, you know, the more people get to know who you are. If you're a writer, you go to festivals, you go to workshops, you go to author events. People get to know who you are. And if you're doing it in a specific genre, say for example, if you're writing horror, if you're writing crime, and you know, you're continuously going to these festivals, you're making yourself seen and heard. And that doesn't mean you have to go in there all guns a-blazing, but it just means that you place yourself in these positions and you have conversations with people and you meet people and you make connections. When you do that, who you know and who knows you starts to work. So you can learn how to write. Soon I'll be giving you free stuff. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to speaking to you again next week. If you've got any comments or you want me to do a video on something specific, please let me know and I'll do it. Okay? Thank you. Bye.